YouTube, this is Senshi Reviews, and I'm here to review Ashes and Roses. I always forget to do this thing where I need to turn the... There we go. Ashes and Roses by Christine Pope. Now, I really enjoyed reading this. This was on my Kindle. I have, I think, most, if not all of her books on my Kindle. I also read Dragon Rose, I think. I don't remember everything I read, apparently. I'm quite certain it's Dragon Rose. Yep. Okay, so I've read Dragon Rose, also by Christine Pope, and both of them are fairy tale retellings. Ashes and Roses is a retelling of Cinderella, and Dragon Rose is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, with a prince who turns into a dragon instead of a big furry beast, which I actually really enjoyed that one. I enjoyed the twist with that one. I enjoyed, in many cases, the twists and turns in that one. I was very satisfied with that Beauty and the Beast retelling. I wasn't as satisfied with it as I was with Before Beauty by Brittany Fichter, but I love Beauty and the Beast retellings. I enjoyed the Cinderella retelling, Ashes and Roses, but I don't know what it is with me and Cinderella. Maybe the Lunar Chronicles has set my standards for fairy tale retellings really high, or at least where Cinderella's concerned, which wouldn't surprise me, because Cinderella is a really... The story itself is really hard to replicate, and in many cases, or retell, basically. That is a hard story to retell. I think that one and Little Red Riding Hood are the two big ones that are hard, very hard to retell. And in many cases, people don't, like, it doesn't translate well from the original fairy tale to the book, because in many cases some authors try too hard to follow the fairy tale formula. Now, Beauty and the Beast is an easier fairy tale formula to follow because of just the type of fairy tale formula it is. But Cinderella and Little Red Riding Hood, not so much. Anyway, so Ashes and Roses is, I will give it a 4 out of 5 stars. There were some parts of it that dragged a little too much for my taste. I thought it was a very interesting premise. It was kind of like The Selection with a Cinderella theme, which I actually didn't have a problem with because it just, you know, it made things a little bit interesting. Yes, there's insta-love in it. It's a fairy tale retelling. In many cases, fairy tale retellings are going to have insta-love in them, especially if they're like Cinderella. Because there's really only, the only really good Cinderella retelling that I've found is an anime Cinderella retelling. It was really good, and it had many episodes, and the prince was like all disguised as this different person. It was all really good. I will say this, this retelling definitely focuses a lot more on the original fairy tale than the Disney version. Because the stepmother and stepsisters actually have visible consequences for their actions. They become judged. Anyway, another difference is that instead of a prince, we have an emperor. We also have a female friend that, Ashara, Cinderella, basically, which I thought was a very interesting play on, the whole Cinderella story in general, or the Cinderella name, because it's Ashes, Ashara, and yeah, plays with the title. But I did actually like that name that the author chose for her. I like the idea of kind of like this kind of selection process that the prince went through, and I also like the fact that he did single her out pretty much from the moment that he saw her, but he had to keep going with the selection process and act like he hadn't because of the fact that it would look really, really bad if he did. And I also really like the addition of magic in there and kind of like, it's outlawed. Not everything is wrapped up in a nice, neat little bow for the characters. There's still a consequence of what the character had to do, and if you read the book, you will definitely understand what I mean by that. There's definitely a consequence to her method of going to and seeing and courting the prince over a week. And that's about all I can say about it. It's not the most intricate plot in the world. I mean, it's a fairy tale retelling, and in many cases, it's really, when you're writing a fairy tale retelling, you're writing it because you just, A, want to keep practicing writing, and B, you just really like the fairy tale, and so you just want to rewrite it. That's the main reason why people would rewrite fairy tales. Anyway, so yes, definitely, I would recommend Ashes of Roses. Excuse me, I got the title wrong. And Dragon Rose. Definitely Dragon Rose. Dragon Rose was a lot of fun. And also kind of dealt with small town politics. So that was interesting. I give both of them 4 out of 5 stars. 4. Alright. Everybody have a nice day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.